Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on? How's it going, Cuban? Nice. You definitely did. Let me get myself situated here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Let's see. It was good. It was good. Went to Florida, seaside, spent time with the family. And now we're back at it. All right, so let's look at the economic calendar really quick, and let's see. Friday, nothing really, right? We do have revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment and inflation expectation. It's probably going to be a non-event. And then Kashkari speaks at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, and then President Trump 1:30. So we'll see. Are we going to have fireworks today, or are we going to stay stuck in this range? So let's go through ES right now. Actually, let's go through the Nasdaq, and then we'll do ES last. So in if you if you guys were here during the pre-market session yesterday, we talked about that 29,900 level, right? This was an area of interest where we could potentially bounce, right? And then as you can see, and then this was also a pivotal level because of the fact that we had, where's my pen? Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Man, market's breaking that Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays low. But here we are, right? So keep an eye for today. Keep an eye on this 29,600 level, right? This is going to be our look above and fail. And what I mean by that, look for price to kind of push up here, trap some bulls, and then fails to break above, right? Or wicks above that 29,600, and then price immediately returns to that below that 29,600. So keep an eye on that look above and fail. Confirmation again would be, using the order flow. So look for those big trades or look for trap participants at that level. All right. And for Nasdaq as well, we talked about this 29,900 where price was rejecting multiple times on that. I believe this was Wednesday morning session and overnight session, right? And then in yesterday's price action, we did get that push down, but we didn't get that retest in the morning session, right? But I said going forward, just keep an eye on that retest and for a potential play, right? And we did get that 29,900 rejections. So look for that same price action today, right? Look for a little bit of a pop, right, where it fails to play that short side at that level, or um, if we don't get that retest, keep an eye on the Wednesday and Thursday low, right? Keep an eye on this Wednesday and Thursday low. Look for that breakdown, right? And if we do get some retests, watch out for that level. We see some rejection. We're looking to play that to the downside, targeting 29,100 and really targeting this 29,000 psychological level. So that's going to be my plan on the Nasdaq, and then on ES. Let's look at ES here. Oh, so we've been stuck in this range, right, in the last three trading session, and we're finally seeing some weakness. We're at where previous low right? Previous low is now acting as a resistance here, right? As you can see in the overnight session, rejections there, rejections here. So keep an eye on that one as well, right? So this is going to be my look above and fail area, which is right around that 7405 to 7415, right? I want to see a pop, and I want to see trap participant, in this case, trap buyers, right? So watch for those delta imbalances, and then we'll look to trade it to the downside. Um, Looking for a final target of this blue zone here. So right around that 7330 to 7320 level. All right, so keep an eye on that, but we'll look to target the overnight low if we do get that rejection, and then with a final target of this blue zone. If we do reclaim this 7405 to 7420, so this red zone here, which was your, again, your Tuesday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday lows, where uh, you found some support, right? Where price bounced, and now we're seeing it flip, right? It's acting as a resistance there. So this is going to be my look above and fail area. If we do reclaim this, I, this is going to take some convincing here, guys. I'll need to see some strong buyers, right, to push above this level. So I don't want to be the first buyer, like same plan as yesterday, right? We need to see a push up and we need to see a retracement. In this case, in yesterday's pre-market session, we were watching for that 7472, right? If we look at the smaller time frame here on the, let's say on the 5 minute, we really didn't get that retest until we got off the morning stream, right? So we saw that push down, and I said, right, this is going to be your flip zone, 7472. Whoops, just happened there. That 7472, and as you can see, literally the price revisited that level at, once we got off the stream. So maybe I should have stayed a couple minutes. But we got that rejection there. You also see those trap buyer, right? That blue bubble there. I think that was like 200 lots. Push right down. My entry would have been this zone here, 7460. The target, possibly that 7435, and then that 7415. We also talked about that 7452. So if you're just learning how I trade, watch the previous stream, right? I talked about this 7452 level where there were aggressive buyers and yet price could not push above, right? This is also the level where I tried the long and I got out for 2 points, so basically break even. But I said that, once I got off, I said just watch out for the 7452, and look what happened throughout the whole day, right? Rejection at that level, 7452. So for today's session, just we need to see if we can find any type of, trap participant. So I'm relying more on the intraday data, but we do have some levels here, some important levels here that was created in the, in the last three trading session. As you can see, right, we had that 3 day consolidation period, and now we're breaking down. All right, so keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this. 7405 to 7415. That's going to be my pivotal zone for today. Sounds good. If you're looking at the stocks, I mean, I trade options too, but if you're looking at um, the equities, so the Magnificent Seven, they're they're starting to show some weakness. The only sector that's kind of holding this market is the semiconductors, right? So that's your Nvidia, MU, AMD. They're somewhat holding. I mean, they're still down, but they're the only one. So if you start to see some weakness in that sector, look for continuation to the downside here. I did, Chirag. I think it was during our session, right, where it froze multiple times. So, but it wasn't. It was just for a brief moment. It was like, I think, 5 to 10 seconds. I mean, good thing I wasn't in a trade. Nice, Pratt. Yeah, so heat map, I mean, there's nothing much here, right? There's nothing much here. Again, this is pre-market, right? There's not really any levels currently that I'm keeping an eye on. But again, whenever I see something, I'll show you guys this screen and I'll point it out. Can you guys see my markers when I do this? I just wanna when I do this that. Can you guys see that? Okay, perfect. All right, sounds good. Good, good, good. All right, any questions before the market opens here? It's gonna open in 3 minutes. Let me know if the music is loud. I'll turn it down. Yeah, I did already press. So just look at my chart. This is gonna be my key zone here. 7404 to 7416, or you can call it 7415 to 7405 to 7415. How easy is it to configure Motivewave? Easier than Sierra. It's not that bad. I mean, it's gonna take some learning, but it's not that bad. Yeah, Devon, I kind of forgot. I forgot to post the template in the comment section. All right, guys. New York session is opening soon in less than a minute, so start getting ready. Make sure you guys like the video. You guys want me to keep doing this? Appreciate it. I'll plot in the volume profile once the first 5 minute of the market opens. Stay patient today, guys. It's Friday. Here we go. Again, I'll try to point out, some things that I'm seeing. And whenever I get into a trade, you'll definitely see it here, and you'll see me execute. Right, you'll see me press the button, and you'll see how many contracts I get. You'll see, where I got in and where I'm gonna get out. But again, this is not financial advice, so don't try to copy my trades. A little bit of a push up here. So your prior low is right here at 7390. Opening price is at 7380.75. Get my volume profile here. Not seeing much on that push down currently. Not seeing anything on the footprint either. Like downside levels, I really don't have anything. I mean, you had the overnight low at 7357, but I really don't have anything until right this zone here, 7330 to 7300. So this is a 30-point range of a level. So for right now, price is not in my area of interest. But we are getting that push down. It's a look above and fail area. So you can call it, a supply zone, right? This is where I'm looking for either price to reject or price to reclaim for me to be bullish. Be mindful of the range, guys. You see this? This is 2-minute time frames. You see how each candle is a 20-point range? If you're looking to trade today, understand the volatility. So don't try to size up when the range is pretty huge. For me, I usually adjust based on based on the volatility. This is gonna go against my rule of not taking a trade in the first 15 minutes, but I'm starting to see some um, buying participant right around that 7370 level. So I want to keep an eye on that. That 7370 to 7367. So on heat map, right? Aggressive buyer there. You pulled back, right? Supported at this 7368 while you're putting a passive bid. You see this yellow line here? That's a passive order sitting there and it's acting as support. So that's one piece of information that I'm seeing right now. So 7370 to 7368. This could be your potential market structure demand zone, right? So I want to see that price get supported here for me to be interested. If we're supported here and if we bounce, I might be interested to take a quick trade targeting 7388 to 7390. As you can see right now, you're finding support there, right? Your stop loss is going to be below 7366. So I'll mark it here, 7368. Keeping an eye on this level here. If we find support, we might take a trade. A good confirmation would be large aggressive sellers becoming trapped at this level, right? We see some big trades happening here, right? Aggressive sellers, yet price cannot make new low. That could be an indication that, hey, I see some traps here. We got about 6 minutes left until the first 15-minute orb forms. NASDAQ struggling at the Tuesdays and Wednesdays low here, and we're seeing some rejections. So there's a passive participant at this level that we talked about, right? You're seeing some aggression there. finding support. You guys seeing anything so far? Are you guys in a trade? Oh yeah, right here. Nothing much. I mean, this is the market open, so I'm not really putting a lot of emphasis on it right now currently. There was an aggressive buyer there at 7377 that came in. See if you're able to. Is that buyer gonna become trapped, or are they gonna push this higher? If we get above 7380, I think we have a chance to test the prior low level, which is at 7390 level. Yeah, there's nothing right now currently. That's the first piece of information that I got, right? That I showed you guys. The 7368 to 7370, which is acting as support right now. But again, they need to be aggressive here, or else they're gonna get slapped down. As you can see, it's a good sign. You're getting a bounce there. That's the only thing I saw for now. Morning, Kevin. There's your push. 73988 to 7390. So if you guys took a stab on that long, your target is going to be that 7388 to 7390. VWAP is at 7388. Well, the music, it's pretty loud. All right, sorry. Let me put it down. Is that better? I did take that trade on my options account. Currently up about 40%. NASDAQ is above Tuesdays or Wednesdays and Thursdays low, or Tuesdays and Wednesdays low, sorry. No, Wednesday and Thursdays low, which is around that 29,300. So as long as price is supported at that 29.3 going forward, we might see some push up here. Yeah, I'll try to share it in the comment section when I get a chance. I forgot yesterday. Right now your Orbis form. Let's see what the market wants to do here. Do you guys usually like trading in the morning session or in the afternoon? What happens when the value area or high and low keeps shifting down or up? I mean, it's just telling you that. I mean, it's not really telling me anything. I mean, it's just telling you that's your value area high and that's your value area low. It's only the first 15 minutes of the market open. So I usually typically wait until, you know, first the fifth, the first 15 minutes to form, and I'll look to see if there's a setup. But the volume profile, I don't typically use it or put a lot of emphasis on the value area highs and lows until like the first hour, right? Because that's most of the transaction in the morning, gets put in. Again, you're getting a bounce off of that 7370 to 7368, right? That's being supported. We identified that area of interest. So if you are bullish or if you're long as price is supported at that 7368 to 7370, right? You're looking for upside, targeting that 7390. You're now about to hit that level. It's not prior day, it's intraday. This is intraday. I don't carry over yesterday's level or yesterday's price action. It's literally from 9:30 um and on. Watching this 7380 here, some aggressive sellers just stepped in at that 7380. Let me show you in the heat map. You see this? Aggressive sellers just stepped in at that 7380 level. So keeping an eye on that. You can see it as well here on the footprint, right? 7380, aggressive seller. It's under tools, Xenos. It's under tools. It's called volume profile. It's a session profile. Not gonna lie, I'm looking. This is looking starting to look weak here. If I'm gonna take this short, the thing is my stop loss has got to be 7390. So it's a pretty wide stop loss, right? It's a 10-point stop loss. Keeping an eye here. Again, I'll share that template. I forgot to share it yesterday, or I forgot to prepare it yesterday. I'll try to work on it this weekend for those templates. 7380 has become supported now, which is interesting. No trades yet for me. Aggressive sellers are stepping in now. Watching if this 7380. I need this 7380 to now start acting as a resistance. Yeah, we're starting to struggle here, guys, and that 7380 is now starting to act as a resistance. So now, again, this is the context I'm seeing right now. So we saw those sellers come in right around that 7380, which is the opening price. And then we're seeing some rejections right at that prior low, right? 7390. So that's two information that I have right now currently. Now, what I'm looking for is a confirmation, meaning I need to see, more aggressive sellers stepping in, where you'll see an impulse move, to the downside. I don't want to see absorption happening, meaning like if there's large aggressive sellers and we're failing to make a new low. That's not what you want to see. So that's one piece of information that's missing for me to execute the short trade. Either that or I want to see a large blue bubble, which is, aggressive buyers coming in and rejecting, right? Rejecting price. So another thing I'm seeing right now, let's look at the heat map, guys. Pay attention to this. You see these blue bubbles here? Those are aggressive buyers, right? Those are orders hitting the ask. And you see how price is rejecting, and then you have these passive orders sitting there, rejecting here, rejecting here. We're at VWAP as well. So that's one thing that I'm keeping an eye on. And here we are again, seeing those aggressive buyers. And yet what's happening? We're not making a new high. Now we are, right? So now we're lifting. So now this level, right, this 7388 to 7390, that's going to be my level of interest now, going forward. So if price starts to come up, looking for this area, right, to get rejected, and looking for this 7388 to 7390. So now that's going to be my level of interest. Yeah, Motivate has heat map. Yeah, they do. All right, keep an eye here, guys. This is going to be our supply zone, right, or a look above and fail area. So let me just show you guys this, the visual, the bigger picture of why that level is important for those of you guys that are latecomers, right? You see this? You see this red zone here? That's your Wednesday's low and Thursday's kind of like low, right? Where price found support. As you can see here, that was a support in the last couple days, or even the last 3 days, right? And look what happened in the overnight session. Rejections. So let's see if that same, thing is going to happen here. That's why it's a key level for me. That's why I marked it as a look above and fail area. Right now, right, currently in the last 30 minutes of the market, we saw those buyers at 7370, right, and 7368 were price supported and bounced. And then now we found this 7388 to 7390, right? Showed you guys in the heat map visually where there was aggressive buyers getting rejected, right? And then finally you got that breakout. So for me, if I'm bullish, I'm not longing at this supply, right? For me, that's stupid. Like that's not a good plan. That's why I have, I do my pre-market plan. Where I want to be long is at this level. Prior low, that's also your orb high. That's my area of interest to play long. If I'm shorting, I'm looking to short here, targeting this area here. So that's going to be my level for today. If you're looking to short, again, this is going to be your area of interest, right? Look for sellers. Look for trap buyers at this level. Look for confirmation. And if you see it, take the trade. Look to target the 7388 to 7390. If you don't see it, if you're bullish, I just can't be bullish here. I just can't. I gotta see a retest of this level here for me to be interested. I don't like chasing moves, but we're seeing aggressive buyers here. You can see it on the footprint as well. My settings at 150. Yeah, I see that. 140 at 7398, right? And you retested that level as well. That's good. That's a good insight, right? 140 right here on the heat map. Aggressive buy orders. You push up, and guess what? You retested that level at that 7398. You got another push up. Good find. You can also see that on the heat map, on the footprint, right? Now, keep an eye on this one, guys. This same level, that's kind of leaving a low volume node here, right? So that's going to be my area of interest now. Low volume node at that level. So that's a multiple confirmation there now. You got those aggressive buyers that stepped in here at 7388, 7390. You also left a low volume node at that level. If I'm going to take a long trade, my stop, I'm going to look for an entry right at this zone. My stop loss is going to be below 7388. I don't know if we're going to get that pullback though. NASDAQ is also approaching that look above and fail area, which is right around that 29,560 to 29,600. The 29,600 is going to be a key level for me. So put an alert there for NASDAQ. 29,600, that's a key level for me. That's a psychological level as well. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the chat. I'll try to answer since we're just waiting for the setup to occur. Nasdaq is really pushing up here. All right, that's your first big buy order there. 191 lots. Right at that 7415. Now let's see if we can get a continuation here, or are we going to get some rejection at this level? You can also see that on the heat map, right? I mean on the footprint. Watching Nasdaq as well. That 29,560 to 29,600. Just not seeing any pullbacks here. Sellers right at that 7419. Let's see how this develops. We're gonna put a 10 point. What's my settings? Watching closely here, guys. $7404 is also going to be area of interest for me. $7404 to $7408. Alright guys, so this is going to be my pullback area. 7404, 7408, and then 7390 or 7388 to 7394. Just make that a bigger zone. I simply can't chase this move now. Did you guys take any trades yet? Just one. The good trade was that, or the trade that we missed was 7368 to 7370. Right, that's where we initially found those early buyers. But the thing is, it happened in the first 15 minutes. The second area was 7388 to 7392. Right, this was an area where we found those aggressive buyers looking to become trapped, but then they pushed price up, wanted to see a retest, did not get it. Now we got that push up off of the supply zone, and now we left like kind of like a low volume node, and we saw those aggressive participant as well, right? Was looking for a pullback. We'll see if we get it. Nice, Sean. Brother, my motivate isn't loading for me. It shows a timeout. I don't know. You might need to contact them. Mine's working perfectly. All right, guys, keep an eye on this one. Let me just show it to you. You see this passive order that was here? A passive sell order that got filled, right? You see this green bubble that got filled. Large aggressive buyers came in, filled that, rejected, came in again, right? Rejected. So keep an eye on this one. We might start to see some rejections here. You can also see it here, right? Aggressive buyers stepping in, right? But then what's happening? Price is pushing down, right? Not making new highs, but it's still a little early. I want to see some type of aggressive push down, right? Where it retests, and that's going to be our entry. If you want to take an early entry here, I would size down, right? Put a tight stop loss. But for me, again, I like my retests. I like my confirmations. So that's an area. That's a setup I'm looking at right now. And as you can see, right, the Nasdaq. If you guys are paying attention, and if you guys, I've been mentioning the levels that I talked about, right? 29,560 to 29,600, right? Rejections. It was acting as support here. And what's happening right now? Getting that rejection. So let's see. Just looking for confirmation here for me to play the short side here. What are we using now? I'm using it right now. Are you using Are you using a prop firm for your connection? Because if you are, then because I'm using a live account, so I don't know if it's the same for you guys. For those of you guys that are using, okay, one of these working fine for me. Yeah, Lucid. Yeah, then I don't know. Nasdaq testing that 29,600 now. No issues? Okay. So they're fine. Looks like they're fine. Let's mark this area here. 74527 460. Man, can we get a pullback? Starting to see some sellers here. My finger's on the trigger here for a short trade. I'm looking to target, if I get in a trade, I'm looking to target this 7415 to 7412 first. Let's see here. This is going to be a riskier trade. Understand that, guys, because we're going against the trend, right? The intraday trend. What is the intraday trend? Upside. Right, and what am I doing? I'm looking for a short here because I'm starting to see some sellers stepping in at this level. And you're getting a push up. I'm going to try to short here, guys. My stop loss is going to be high at A. 7430. I'm looking for, let's see if we can get, I want to see how it reacts at that 7415. And if that rejects, right, I'll look to hold it into that 7408. Again, risky trade because we're going against a trend here. I have two micros at 7423. I also see, again, NASDAQ rejecting at 29,600. So up about 3 points, 4 points here. Good rejection so far, but I need about 7 to 10 points here for me to to take profits. I can't just, I mean, we're up about what, 3 right now, 3 to 5. And we're in only 2 micros here. I need to move it to 7404. Watch 7415, right? We need 7415 to break. If that holds, I might exit out early. Getting a push up here. We might get stopped out. Let's see. Yeah, I got stopped out there. That's an aggressive push there. Is that news? That might be news. Might try it again for a short here. I don't know what that was. That was a low volume push. Lots of orders hitting the bid on Nasdaq here. I might attempt this short again. If 29,600 breaks on Nasdaq, I might try this again, short guy. This is going to be my last attempt for a short. Keeping an eye here. It's going to be the same plan. I'm in. I'm in short here at 7427. Stop loss, I'm going to put it a little tight here. 7434. That's going to be my stop. Might get stopped out real quick here. Looking to target 7415 to 7408. Again, this is going to be my last attempt for a potential for a short here. Seeing these aggressive buyers here, but they're not able to lift, right? They're not able to push up. So that's why I'm trying again here. But the thing is, sellers need to start stepping in after this week, after this, buyer's exhaustion here. Because the longer we hang out here, even though there's buyer's exhaustion, the longer we hang out here, they still have a chance to push this price up. So we're starting to see this exhaustion from buyers. Sellers need to take advantage and start stepping in. If not, we're just going to push higher here. NASDAQ below 29,600 again. See, they attempted again and they failed. So we're probably going to push higher here. Again, this is going to be my last attempt for a short. We have about 2 minutes left until the first hour of market. So that's your initial balance. Should form. If sellers just needs to step on the pedal, because buyers right now are drying up, so they need to just step on the pedal, and we could see some push down here. Back at break even, but again, there's still I'm still not comfortable here. I need to see. We're starting to see some aggressive sellers here at 7426, but is that going to get absorbed? That's the thing, right? They need to keep stepping on the pedal here up until 7415. I think 7415, if that breaks, it's gonna be a quick move to 7408 to 7404, which is my final target there. Aggressive sellers are trying here. They're really trying. I don't like how we're not making a move, right? They're not getting rewarded. And there you go. You're getting that push up again. Come on, sellers. Let's get active. Come We've been consolidating at this level since 10:20. So about 10 minutes of consolidation here. Back. We're in the green now, but again, I'm still not comfortable. I need to see some strong push here. You cannot let go of the pedal. Sellers need to really start stepping in here. Come on, sellers. Step on the gas. So I like this setup, right? You see buyers at this level here. You see these large um, positive deltas followed by a negative delta, right? So you're building. It's looking good, right? This is the type of setup that I like to see, right? Where you have trap participant at above and then aggressive sellers stepping in here. But we don't want this to act as support, right? That's why I said sellers really need to step in the gas, or else this could be a launch pad again for that next leg up. And here we go. We got another push up here. There's a So there's liquidity at 7436, large liquidity there, and then there's also passive buyer at 7412. They need to step on the gas on this one. Gotta step on the gas.
Choose your fighter. Lightning inspired. Fight.
Up about 5 points here. Again, I need to see a strong push below 7420 into 7415. Up 7 points.
Knockout. You win.
All right. Come on. Up about 7 points here. Come on. Let's go. 10 points here, guys. This is where I should be moving my stop loss to break even. If 7415 starts to act as support, I'm gonna get out, right? But if 7415 breaks, I think we could really accelerate down to 7408. 7410 to 7408 here. So here we go. Watch for this 7415. Sellers stepping in there. As you can see here on the footprint, let's see if they can keep pushing or are they going to start absorbing here. Or buyers going to step in. But again, if you guys are in this trade, I mean, usually I'm going for, first trim is 7 to 10 points. And then from there on, 10 to 15 points, right? But I only have 2 contracts, two micros. Here's 7415. Keep an eye on this. Up about 12 points here. Again, if this bounce, I'm going to get out. Boom. Let's go. Aggressive sellers. More aggressive sellers here coming in. Boom. More aggressive sellers coming in. Moving my target to 7404 here. Let's go. Up about 17 points here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, I'm out. Let's go, guys. Way to go. Anyone take that trade? So so the first trade, right? We were a little early. We took a 7-point loss, and then the second trade worked out pretty well. Right, from as you can see here, we shorted at 7427. We covered at 7413. Good trade, guys. Good trade. So we are up for the day. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second here. I'll explain the trade. All right. I'll walk you through it. So hang in there. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. How'd you guys do? You guys do good? Did you guys take a trade? Did you guys not take the trade? Are you guys green? Are you guys red? Was the walkthrough of the trade straightforward, or were you guys a little confused, or did it make sense? Reason for my exit was, I mean, that was our first area of interest, right? First area of target where I marked this. This is a low volume node, and this is a potential area. Usually when price move up and leave a low volume node, right? Typically price tends to bounce at that level, right? So for example, in this case, price moved up within that zone, right? So low volume nodes are created when there's little volume or little transaction transacted at that level, right? So usually price tends to revisit that zone, and whoever the participant is, in this case buyers, they tend to defend that level. In this case, we are getting that, we're defending that level, right? So that was my first area, but then I said, if 7415 breaks, I think we can see that 7404 to 7408. I mean, we wicked into 7409.25 or 7409, but it ticked. That's also, I think that's like yesterday's, as you can see here, right? That's where you kind of bounced in yesterday's session. You can see these wicks here. That's where you find support there, right? And that's your overnight kind of, I don't know if this is London session, right? You kind of got that rejection there at 7415. Did I see buyers and footprints? Nah, I saw absorptions at that level. That's why I exited out. So on heat map, here's what you see, right? You see these You see this aggressive sellers, right, pushing in, and these are passive buyers being filled, right? And they were kind of absorbing those orders. So that's why I got out. You got that little push up there. That's why I exited. No, it's I don't create my own indicator. It's the same ones that Motive Wave provides. Everyone has a heat map. There's a default setting heat map on Motive Wave. There's a lot of videos on YouTube where you can watch and they walk you step by step on how to set it up. So uh, there's no excuse, Prath, right? There's no excuse. There's a lot of information out there on the internet that you can just look up, right? You don't, honestly, you don't need my template for you to set it up. But again, I forgot it yesterday, so I'll try to share it, or I'll start looking into it this weekend and share it with you guys. All right, guys, I think I'm done for today. I mean, I think that's the only trade that I'm seeing right now. Again, I don't like going against the trend, right? That's why I sized down on that trade. I don't like going against the trend. I'm still, I'm still bullish for intraday. I mean, as you can see here, right? You're bouncing off of those low volume nodes. So, um, don't try to marry the short position here. Or if you're short, try not to stay too long. Just go for those targets. I mean, that was a what? That was almost a 20 point. That was almost a 20-point trade. That's huge for ES, right? Huge. I I typically like my trade ideas. I typically go for 7 to 10 points on a full position. My full position is between 5 to 7 micros. In today's session, again, if I'm going against the trend, that's just my rule. I set my rules up. If I'm going against the trend, right? If I'm going for reversals, I'm typically sizing down. But if I'm going with the trend, right, looking for those pullbacks for the continuation of the trend, I'm usually in my full position, which is between 5 to 7 micros. All right, I'll try to do this again, maybe next week, maybe 3 times next week, maybe 4. Who knows if I'm busy or not? But I'll let you guys know. Just make sure you guys subscribe and turn on those notifications so then you guys can get notified when I'm live. And obviously, X, right? I usually update there. Um, but yeah, any other questions before I head out here? And don't forget to like the video, guys. If you guys want me to do this more often, keep liking the video. Share it if you want to. Let's build a Orderflow community here. No problem. All right. I'll post a trade recap on this trade and, let you guys know what I saw. But as always, you guys have a good one. Have a good weekend. Take the time to kind of reset and reboot for next week. We have a new month coming up next week. So make sure you guys stay prepared. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace.